the God of Abraham, the God of Moses, the God of Jesus, and the God of Jeremiah, all the prophets and messengers. God, based upon His mercy and His justice and His love for mankind to follow His way, He chose people amongst us to tell us our purpose of life. Because all of us here, we know that we should appreciate the Creator who has given us. And there's an example which always I use, that if I give you £2 million, what would you say to me at least?
I'd just be so happy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what?
£2 million, bro. If you buy a nice car, you're going to remember Shamsi, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I will give you £2 million, but on the condition, give me your 2 eyes. No go in it.
No.
Right? Because your 2 eyes is more valuable than £2 million. So why don't we thank the one who gave us 2 eyes for free? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why a man came to one of the Muslim scholars and he was complaining. He said, I'm very poor. He said, you're not poor. He said, look, I will give you £2 million, give me your kidney. He said, no, £10 million, give me your heart, and so on. He said, you see, I told you, you're not poor. You see, the thing that we have, which the Creator has given us, we don't really appreciate it. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the Creator, on the day of resurrection, He will tell those who disbelieved in Him and those who turn away from Him, if I ask you to give me the whole world and what is in it to save yourself today from the fire, would you do that? They will say, yes, our God. He said, before I only ask you one thing, that worship me and you do not worship anyone beside me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? One thing. You see what I'm saying? Look what God, that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran always remind us with His favor upon us. You see what I'm saying? Like, look, the rain. If there is no rain, there will be no food.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So all of this mercy, the mercy of the Creator. You know what I mean? So, but when God chose prophets and messengers, God knows some people are going to claim to be prophets of His, but they are liars. So how people differentiate between a true prophet and a false prophet? True prophet, they come with the same message. Worship one God, stay away from the false gods. When you look to the Old Testament, you know, Abraham, Noah, Moses, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Daniel, all of them came worship one God. But according to the Christians, they say Jesus said Trinity. And we don't believe that.
Yeah.
We believe Jesus came with one God as well.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? After who? After Jesus, Prophet Muhammad came, would worship one God. So when you compare all the prophets and messengers, Prophet Muhammad, his teaching, it goes in line with the teaching of the all prophets and messengers of the Old Testament, except Jesus, according to the Christians. So if we say anyone will be a false prophet amongst these prophets, will be Jesus. But we don't believe that. Why? Because how on earth all the prophets and messengers came with the message, worship one God. Only one prophet, Jesus said, worship me and my Father, which he never said that, but the Christians, they say it, is it? That I am God, my Father is God, the Holy Spirit is God. Say, no. Jesus clearly said, O hail children of Israel, our God is one God.
Yeah.
And that's what Allah said in the Quran. Ya Bani Israel, about Jesus addressing the Israelites. Ya Bani Israel, u'budu Rabbi wa Rabbakum. O the Israelites, worship my Lord and your Lord. And he said, your God is one God. That's in the Quran. You see what I'm saying? So when you look to the prophets and messengers, all of them come with the same message. Worship one God, stay away from the false gods. Okay? Likewise, as a Muslims, what we say, if I was alive at the time of Jesus and I was from the Israelites, the only way to get to God by following Jesus' teaching. Before Jesus, Moses. Before Moses, Abraham. And the last prophet is Muhammad. That's why Islam is to believe in one God and to believe in all the angels. You know, Gabriel, you know, and to believe all the messengers. Moses, Abraham. Why? If you reject one of them, you reject all of them. Why? Because all of them came with the same message and they came from the Creator. The other one, you believe in the books which God sent down to the prophets in order to guide mankind. Also to believe in the last day. To believe God will bring everyone back to life and will judge them according to their actions. Likewise, you believe that everything that takes place in this universe takes place by God's permission. Does it make sense to you? And if people say, how do you know your Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet? Let me ask you, Sean, who knows the future?
No one apart from God.
The Creator. So how come we have Prophet Muhammad? Not once, not twice, many times. Prophesied about the future. He said there will come a time when the Arab Peninsula will turn into river and gardens. If you go to Dubai now, you see Dubai in the picture. See how it is? So beautiful, gardens, rivers. Like, you see? So how Dubai and Saudi and Kuwait, other countries, 50 years ago was a pure desert, let alone 1400 years ago. So how we knew that? Specifically, speaking about the Arab Peninsula, he didn't say the whole world, he specified a place. Likewise, he said, there will come a time when you see the barefoot Arab man competing in building tall buildings. When the Prophet Muhammad والسلام, mentioned that the Arabs were not known to build tall buildings. Those who were known, the Persians, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Greeks. Where is the tallest building in the world now? Where is it? Dubai. Now who's competing? Saudi. There's many. So even the, Allah mentioned the Quran. Or let me give you this question. I think maybe you can answer it. I mean, I've been asking. Try. Do you know? Because one of the miracles that Prophet Muhammad came with, which is the biggest one, is the Quran.
Yeah.
And the Quran contains different miracles. Different miracles. One of them, do you know any book the size of the Quran that it has been memorized by 100 million of people who doesn't know speak the language of the book? Do you know any book like that?
No.
Except what? The Quran. Like now, imagine you and I and the brother Yusuf, we memorize Chinese book, but we don't even speak Chinese. That doesn't make any sense. See what I'm saying? We can't even memorize English books.
Yeah.
Let alone memorizing a book that in a language that we cannot speak, except the Quran. And Allah mentioned that 1400 years ago. Allah said in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have made Quran easy to be memorized. And that is what is taking place right now. There's another prophecy in the Quran. Allah said Islam will prevail all other religions. Allah said even the enemies of Islam will dislike it, but because this universe belongs to the Creator, and if he wants to establish something in His kingdom, no one can stop him. And what the fastest growing religion on the earth is Islam. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
Is it clear to you? Do you have any questions?
No, there's
Okay, so you take Shahada. I'm gonna tell you what you say. Okay, that you say Ashhadu
أشهد
an
أن
la
لا
ilaha
إله
illa
إلا
Allah
الله
wa ashhadu
وأشهد
anna
أن
Muhammadan
محمدا
Rasul
رسول
Allah
الله
wa anna
أو
anna
وأن
Isa
عيسى
Abdu
عبد
Allah
الله
wa
ورسول
Rasuluh.
له.
In English, repeat after me in English. I bear witness
I bear witness.
there is no one
There is no one
worthy
worthy
of worship
of worship
except Allah.
except Allah.
And I bear witness
And I bear witness.
Muhammad
Muhammad
is Allah's messenger
is the last messenger
and the servant of Allah.
and the servant of Allah.
And that Jesus
And that Jesus
is the messenger
is the messenger
and the servant of Allah.
and the servant of Allah.
Alhamdulillah, my brother. Sure. I'm very happy for you, my brother. May Allah bless you, man. You really see?
Thank you.
Bro, man. It's a big blessing, bro.
Oh, man.
Wallah, it's a big blessing. Wallahi, you know, look, Prophet Muhammad said in the hadith, every born is born with a natural inclination. In Arabic, كل مولود يولد على الفطرة فأبواه يهودانه أو ينصرانه أو يمجسانه. That every baby is born with a fitra. What is the fitra? To recognize the Creator, to submit to the Creator. His family make him a Jew or a Christian or a fire worshipper. And you know what? Recently there was a study done at Oxford University, and they spent 2.9 million on this project.
Yeah.
It took them 3 years. They took children from different parts of the world, and they done study on them. They came to the conclusion children naturally are born to accept the Creator.
Yeah.
But how Prophet Muhammad knew that? Because why? From the revelation. You see what I'm saying? But what I will tell you, brother, advice to me and to you, my brother, may Allah bless you, that now, meaning that, be strong.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to be by yourself in the grave, and I'm going to be myself in the grave. We're going to stand before God. Satan now, because now what you did, you displeasing Satan.
Yeah.
And I will give you a glad tidings. Prophet Muhammad said, when a person becomes a Muslim, all his sins is forgiven, except one thing. That again show you the justice of Islam. That if you took money from someone, you give it back to him. So, but whatever between you and the Creator,
Yeah.
the Creator will forgive you. You see, so you have to be strong, because right now God will try you. Because God, remember, The reward that you will receive on the day of resurrection is paradise. And paradise is expensive product of God. So you have to be strong. Alhamdulillah, you have brother Ali. He works with you. Do you live far from here?
Brixton.
Alhamdulillah, you have Brixton. Alhamdulillah, we come here, inshallah. We have classes here.
Yeah.
We'll give you some leaflet, inshallah. You made my day, man. I'm very happy for you. May Allah bless you, brother.